everybody, welcome back. I'm Jack, UI UX designer, illustrator, animator, donut connoisseur. Sorry about the delay. I was sorting out some issues on my end with the live stream, but I think we're good now. Oh, hello to Nick and to Corey. Hello to Nick on Twitch. Nick is just holding down the fort everywhere. Corey and Nick are mods, and yes, I am streaming to Behance, to YouTube, and to Twitch, so choose your path and destiny. But I'm primarily reading the chat over here on Behance. I also see you've got Odari and Evie and Gareth. Welcome in, everyone. How's it going? Hope you're having a good Saturday. My Saturday's okay. It's okay. I do want to, before we get started, in case you did not see, Corey's saying, did a big upgrade to our home network, sending all of the bytes to y'all. I'll probably show these a couple of times, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get them to show up, because I might key out. Some stickers that, Kevin, or, also known as Hugh in the chat, sent to me. These are super cool Art Squad stickers. Let's see. There we go. Showing off. Very nice work here that Kevin sent to me. Oh, they're not keying out. That's good. Come on. Yep. For the Art Squad. And let's see here. There we go. Come on. Anyways, super cool. Really appreciate it. I like to, and the stickers are like really nice quality too. Thank you so much. To Hugh. Of course, there's nice stickers. Yep. Let's hop on over. So, there we go. Made a lot of progress on this from last time that you saw it. I got all of these walls up, kind of like trying to push through a lot of the small stuff as we off stream, because you know, you watch me make one wall, you don't need to watch me make 10. So we went around to put these up. I have to do this back one still, but you get the idea. Of course, is wishing them there. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. What else did I do? I went in and fixed up the garden beds here, I guess is what I'm calling them, in the courtyard. Got them all kind of lined up and ready to add some plants, which is what I think we're going to focus on today, unless anybody has any objections. Just kind of starting to work from the center out with some of these details. So, how's it going, Odari? I hope you're feeling better. I saw you were not feeling well. Odari is a streamer here on Behance, as well as Gareth, and Odari is actually going to be on Adobe Live this week on Valentine's Day. I'm excited to see what Odari is going to make on Valentine's Day, that's for sure. So, oh yeah, thanks Corey for sharing that. Odari says, I'm all for the plants. Yeah, I'll also be live this week. You'll get a lot of chances to see me on Adobe Live. I'll be hosting a set of Illustrator challenges focused on 3D, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I'll also be hosting a guest, Paula, on Thursday? I think it's Thursday. I have to double check. I feel like it's Thursday at it might be Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I'll be hosting Paula Wednesday it's like 1:30 Eastern, so whatever that translates to in your time zone. It'd be great if you came and come and hang out with me and Paula. Paula's going to be working on a really cool branding project. And Kevin is here. Hey Kevin, I was just showing off your stickers to everybody in the chat. Kevin in the chat is who sent me those stickers, so thank you so much, Kevin. And Odari's here for the plants, so we're gonna get into it here. I want to keep the Odari's has a lot of cool streams on Valentine's Day. Yeah, there's gonna be, so this week we've got a lot of cool stuff going on. Aside from the Illustrator challenges, which are all gonna be focused on the 3D effects, we're gonna have a 3D bootcamp every day next week. I think it starts at, I feel like it starts at like 10 a.m. my time. I'm not really sure. If you go to the Adobe Live channel, you can see the schedule. Or I mean, if you go to the live streaming, you can see the Adobe Live schedule right on the main live streaming page on Behance and see what's going on. David Cruz says, "What a nice wedding venue." Yeah, this would be a cool wedding venue for sure. Although you'd have to take a spaceship to get there or something. So, Robert's here. Welcome, Robert. All right, let's get enough dilly-dallying. Let's open up my layers panel here. Do a little bit of cleaning up. Looks like this might be, yeah, this was our old Courtyard. I kind of redid that off stream, like I said. I'm just going to drop this Courtyard layer as well, kind of back down here since we don't actually need it. And I think we got everything else kind of organized. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I'll rename this Courtyard now. No, I'll name this Garden Courtyard. Garden? Alright, we'll call it that. Okay, yes, boot camp is 10 a.m. Pacific time, so that must be what I was thinking of. So it must start at 1 p.m. Eastern. So this week, come and hang out with me for the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenges, which will be at 12:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then right after me will be the 3D boot camp, so it'll be super cool. Actually, in the middle of that page, not the bottom. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, the Adobe Live. Thanks, Corey. Alright, so let's get in here. I'm just gonna select this and isolate my group here so I can just kind of like be in here in this space. You can see that I did kind of get rid of some of the extra ones I didn't really need. I thought that the ones that I had added in here were a little bit too busy, so I just made the executive decision to get rid of some of them, so. Lots of talking. Alright, I need to look up, Robert says, there's one at 9:30 a.m. on Thursday. 9:30 a.m. Pacific on Thursday. Yeah, that's the one day that I won't be hosting an Illustrator challenge, because that's going to be like an extra long boot camp day, because there's going to be a lot of stuff to cover. So let's see here. Castle Courtyard. Of course, I did not actually search for that. Courtyard. There we go. You need to probably add some, like, dirt into these beds. I just want to kind of see what type of plants typically go in here. It honestly looks like in some cases they don't even put like stone around them. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna make a copy of this, copy and paste in front. I'm gonna lock this, and I'm gonna go to switch my fill and stroke, and I'm gonna go to object, expand appearance, and then we're gonna grab all of these here, delete that, paste this in front, ungroup. I'm gonna actually use this I think as a clipping mask. You'll see in a minute. Alright, let's try this. If anybody has any questions, let me know. There we go. So I'm gonna use this as a clipping mask. I'm gonna try and like fill these garden beds essentially with a darker color, and then we'll add some plants. Alright, I do think I can bring them up a little bit. Just being conservative in my placement. What the heck happened here? Oh, that's like the edge there. Okay. You can see if I zoom in, there's like a little bit of a highlight. I might have to adjust my mask as a result. Okay, let's undo that. And I'm gonna do select same fill and stroke. And instead of doing it the way I did it, I'm gonna make another copy here. And I'm gonna go to Object, Expand Appearance. You can see that I need this like inside piece here. So select same appearance. Should give me all of those. I'm gonna cut, delete, paste in front, and I'm gonna go to Object, and we're gonna release that compound path and ungroup. I only need the inside piece. It's a little bit more complicated because I need to mask that so that the edge is masked, and you'll see the difference here in a second. Oh, come on. You don't want to cooperate. Okay. Now if you zoom in here, now I've got some dirt and it stays within the garden beds without like going beyond my outside edge, if that makes sense. Accounting for that edge. I think for the plants in here, I'm gonna do something a little bit simpler. If we take a look back out here, I was going really crazy with the plant style. We might use... Ooh, I don't know where all my points went on those. That's weird. Might have to go in and fix that. Although not right now. Looks like it removed. I think I had a bevel on this. Let's take a look. I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that later, but we're gonna go back into here and we're gonna decide what kind of style of plants to make. Photoshop, Discord as usual, but with new host, Robert's saying. Yeah, there, Ruben, who used to host the XD challenges, is hosting the Photoshop challenges. And then Ruben also, I think, did like a graphic design, like sort of like an Adobe Express challenge, kind of a thing. I feel like the beginning of this year or the end of last year. I don't remember when it was exactly, but yeah. Robert's also saying, I hope Storm and Pixie will have more DCC sessions. Yeah, I thought that was a lot of fun. I really liked the like collaboration there between the software, like making something in one program and then handing it off to another kind of like DCC. It would be really cool if there was like a way to go between all three. That might be more difficult to coordinate, but like make something in the Photoshop challenge, hand it off to the Illustrator challenge, and then hand it off to the video or animation challenge. That would be a challenge for the hosts for sure, but it would be a lot of fun. RB's here, welcome RB, and the last thing Robert says is you have put a lot of work into this project. Yeah, thanks. We've been working on this one for a long time. Slow and steady, taking a break every once in a while. We stopped working on it to work on the, what was it called? Phantom Pantry, which I still have to get that project up on behance, so. Dari says, "What up, RB?" Oh, Dari, I don't know if you answered me. If you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better. Rest up. How do I want to do this? I know that I want to keep the general style. I don't want to change the style too much. But I want to do something different for the sort of plants in here, something that's a little bit less detailed. So let's see if we can get our edge back here. Yeah, I think I just had a classic bevel. I'm gonna have to go and change those. And I'm not sure what happened there and why they're dropping out, but alright, let's draw let's start with a base shape here. We could try a different shape. Do like a, ooh, that's too much. Too much. Something like this. Wrong thing. Not sure. Oh, you know what we could do? I kind of have an idea now. Let's try something that's like, make this larger. I'm gonna turn off. I think I have scale strokes and effects turned on. I'm gonna turn that off really quickly. Because I want to make this wider, but I want to keep the same effect. And we'll bring it down a little bit. Something like this. And we can do like something stacked. Almost. I don't know. Maybe not. Kind of starts to look like a, not really a plant. Unfortunately. I don't know. Try rotating that. Let's do something like kind of just looks like a rock. I don't know. Probably because my other this stuff kind of reminds me of this, but I don't know. Thoughts? I'm gonna turn this back on. It does kind of fit with the style of everything else, though. I actually don't think it needs the bottom piece. can add some. I do want to check one other thing really quick. I'm just gonna make sure I've got my color swatch applied to each of these pieces here. I did not do that the last time, so... I didn't actually get into this. Let's group these. Alright, I think there's better control in the old 3D than the new one. I think it varies for me. Sometimes I have to mask this too. It's okay. Sometimes I would agree with you, and then there are other times where I'm like, man, I wish I could do, you know, X thing, but I need to use the new 3D in order to do it. I've started this project and using one of them, and then should probably plan out what I want to do. I want to have a mix of sizes in here. Maybe we add something different to the middle. Maybe we put one more in the middle and then add 2 plants on either side that are a little bit different. RB has a new nickname, Sassy. That is my younger sister's nickname. Robert says 3D text maybe is better in the new version and textures. Yeah, I mean it depends. Like I said, I like using it for certain things. I will tell you that my preference for the new versus old. The reason that I kind of discussed this when I kind of like first started this project, the reason I decided to go with the old classic 3D is because I wanted to be able to expand this to shapes eventually, just for like what I kind of envisioned doing with this. But there are certain things that the new 3D does that would be helpful in this. I think that having control of the like being able to use the like widget is really nice. I think that the beveling and some of the 3D object manipulation is a little bit nicer. You also get a little bit nicer lighting, or at least a little bit more control over lighting than in Classic, which is really nice. You can get like a little bit, you can get a little bit better lighting. And then there's the shadows, which you can't do with the Classic 3D, as well as if you're working with new 3D and you turn on ray tracing, you can get, and you're working with like a metallic material, you can get reflections, which you can't really get, or at least like self-reflections inside of the text. So there you go. But at the end of the day, you know, it's your personal preference. How you want to work. I would never dissuade you from using what you're comfortable with. Alright, so maybe let's try some of those shapes that we were playing with before. These shapes. And we will kind of have them thin and tall. And have them peeking up out of the ground, maybe. Oh, I'm just like, what is going on? My keyboard decided that it needed to have a mind of its own. There we go. Let's rotate this a little bit. We'll shorten this. Sort of like these groups of them. And you'll see in a second when I apply a mask to this. So we've got a line here, I'm going to scale it down. Come on. something like that. Arby says, I guess you do know how to create your own isometric grid, Jack. Yeah, I indeed know how to make my own isometric grid. I've done it many times. It's just I'm using the 3D effects which handle all that for me. The benefit to doing so is that I can very easily manipulate these shapes and do a lot more difficult shapes here. So I'm going to just use an isometric top. We can do things like rotation, and Illustrator handles those kind of like more difficult shapes to draw by hand. So for me personally, this is a lot faster than trying to deal with a isometric grid. Isometric grid is the old way I did things. In fact, if we open up the old file here in 2019, that's how I built out this project using a traditional isometric grid, but this doesn't give me as much freedom. So I find that with this, I have a lot more freedom to do things like these broken up paths that don't follow the, you know, grid, so to speak. They are still in the correct perspective, but, you know, rotated, essentially. It also gives you the option to subdivide any angles. work fine. What we're hoping to achieve here. And then do I want to do another style here of plant before I move on? That is the question. Evie sent palm trees. Yeah, I mean that I was wondering if I should do something that was more like a tree. To add some height variation. So I think we're gonna try and do that. So let's grab, I'm gonna do something that's a little bit different than the trees that we already have though. Again, to try and add variation. So, oh, mushroom. That's a cute idea too. Okay, I like these ideas. Let's do a tree, but we're gonna do something that's a little bit different than we did before. Grab just a path here. Yes to mushrooms. Okay, fine, we'll do that first. Let's draw out a base. We'll need to use a revolve for this, but no big deal. Start with no bell, and we'll bring this up to like 10. Go. A donut tree. I like that idea, Evie, as well. Alright, and then we will go up here. I'm going to delete both of the sides. Delete that, extrude. Go up here, and I'll choose a revolve. Revolve it from the right edge. Change my lighting to the left. And then we're going to pick custom color. Swatches. I really need to name this shadow instead of red, but for now it's just red. And then we'll bring the ambient light down. The highlight. Pick isometric. There we go. That. It's a little bit large. There we go. Something like that, maybe. We could see about mapping some artwork onto this using that little trick. Let me think about how I want to go about doing this. I'm gonna hit copy and paste, grab this shape, we're gonna add a solid red, and I'm gonna open up my symbols. Put that as a symbol. Go here. I'm gonna do a couple of things here. We're gonna map this. these symbols, and then add a new symbol. Go here. Go into our revolve. Come on. We'll go with this. Hit OK, hit OK. Let's take a look at this for a sec. I'm going to go to Object, Appearance, grab all of these. Oh, just hit F. It's front, and then we're gonna group these. We're gonna apply a. This is where an inflate would come in handy, but speaking of the new 3D, we're going to go to front. We're going to go down to, where is it? Hang on, let me make some adjustments first. This might not work, and if that's the case, we can just stick with our mapped artwork, but not 45. Maybe I do actually. Nope, a little bit. Might be actually too small to even see. Yeah, can't even really see the depth on them, so we're just gonna leave our artwork kind of mapped to the surface. I'm actually gonna go into my symbol. Come on. Hey Frank, how's it going? Can I add one more? Oh, that one, I did it the wrong way. Or maybe I just added to an extra one. Alright, there we go. There we go. Still did it the opposite way though. Let's bring this over here. There we go. Bring this. I had it right the first time. There we go. Okay. There we go. Little mushroom. King little mushroom. Where's this? Let's group this. Copy. Paste. Let's isolate this group. filling the space in this bed with some mushrooms. I can adjust the map artwork on some of these so they don't look so similar. Got some variation here. Pretty good, and then I think let's see if we can get like some kind of a tree in here. So I'm gonna draw out a how do I want to do this? So I want to use a path, or do I want to use? Let's start with this shape. Let's go into our, make sure we've got our swatch selected. Oh, that's what I want to do. Make it tall, relatively tall tree. Something that's maybe like this, and let's use the same maybe base style here. So actually I'm going to bring this down even shorter so it'll look like 50. Let's grab these shapes, make this larger, and we'll just add some more distance between them. RB says this reminds design me of Petrograd or St. Petersburg Castle. Oh, did I just make a copy twice? I did. Let's bring this up. I'm gonna add more distance between these. Actually, let's do this. Let's bring this out, this out. We're saying too bad you can't clip 3D objects into each other. I'm just making all of these a little bit smaller. I don't know what you mean by clip 3D objects into each other. You'll have to let me know. Of course, saying, oh, never mind, I thought these were going to be spaced enough for each to pull in between. That's what I'm trying to do, but, I needed to make all of those the same first. I'm trying to go for like a pine tree looking type of a thing. keep going back and forth between if I want to have more space towards the top. Or says, I assume you have to put some smaller trunk pieces between. Your assumption is correct. A little bit different. Add some variety while still kind of fitting with the style of the rest of what we got going on. I do want to go back to my preferences, turn on scale strokes and effects. Okay, copy and paste. There we go. Looks like a nice garden bed there with lots of variation, and also we've got some little plants you can play with and place around our scene. So, yeah. I know that I need to add another cooking mask here as well. Grab this. Press this in front. Copy and paste. Bring this up. Then we're going to group this. And then we're going to make a clipping mask. Oh, I accidentally locked that. There we go. You can kind of play with the positioning things as well. Elements. go. Now we can kind of see it in context with everything else. See that it just kind of adds that little bit of detail in there. Kind of bringing our central courtyard to life a little bit. Copy all of these. And then we'll move on to the next one. I'm just going to keep on moving. That's weird, I didn't actually put all of this together. Okay, let's do that really quick. So let's hide all of this, and then these need to go into this. Courtyard. I don't know why I can't spell today. Isolate that group. Make sure that we've got this all together. These two go together here. I'll group them. Let's try to make this make a little bit more sense. This goes one. Then we got this one, and then we got this one. Okay, organization. And then we'll just paste all of that in. And we'll just rearrange things and just gonna copy this a few times. There we go. And get to work here. Let's put the trees more towards the outsides this time. We'll put this one in the middle. A large mushroom. Here. Medi, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Very good weekend. I'd say I'm having a weekend. So I'm looking to get a bonsai tree. Kind of pricey from what I read, but worth it. I had a bonsai tree in college. And I don't remember what happened to it. It probably died because I do not have a green thumb. Corey would remember what happened to the bonsai tree. Because I don't remember. Looks pretty good, filled in, look like the other one. There we go. Locked it, that's why. Where is this one? It was locked. I'm just oh. Join, and then we'll join these. Cool. Creating like a box essentially around my plants and making a mask. There we go. First, I've been wanting to do my own bonsai from scratch, but I haven't been successful yet. Odari says, I have so many plants now, Corey, I would love the challenge. Ooh. Go for it, Odari. Arby says, Odari, if you go for a pet plant, at least you don't have to walk it. That's true. Or I say, my advice, Odari, is to either be okay with it dying in a few years or get ready to have a pet. Sorry if I've been telling things you already know, Odari. Fox here. I'm gonna take a minute here since we're about halfway through the stream. I do think we're gonna be able to get through all these plants and all these planters today, and maybe move on to spreading some plants out throughout the seed. I'm not sure yet, but I want to take a minute to, since we don't know more people here, I want to show off the stickers that Kevin sent to me. I think Kevin still in the chat, maybe. Kevin sent me these really cool Art Squad stickers. Kevin's a member of the Art Squad in the Illustrator Discord. And you can see here, they are really cool. I'm trying to get my camera to not focus on me, which is harder than it looks. Really super detailed. Love these. Love the line work on them in particular. There we go. Oop, it. And then this one. So thank you so much, Kevin, for sending me these really cool stickers for the Art Squad. Really appreciate them. Let's switch back here. You use the successes how many times you tell them you love them. That's very sweet. Odara, and you water them. Yes, very important. Water your plants as well. Odara says, that's the thing, Corey, I don't know about bonsai. Well, I had there's somebody I went to college with that was like really into bonsai trees. And I know that they require like special trimming, not just the oh yeah, see, Corey's already beat me to it. Bonsai requires extra care than other houseplants don't. For instance, careful cutting, shaping, as well as root trimming. Yeah, you have to actually like remove the whole plant and trim the roots periodically, which seems like kind of a pain, but come and saying thank you, or you're very welcome, Jack. Yes, they're super cool. I love these stickers. I'm gonna see if I can do like I want to send some to some more people as well. That's the only thing, Kevin. I wish for beach. Oh no, maybe there's a little. Oh yeah, you've got your name on here. I was gonna say I wish that you had your information on here. You should make it larger next time, and so that people can like follow you, like if they find these in the wild. So. Corey went down a whole rabbit hole of YouTube videos. Really nice. Alright, let's get here. Okay, so I kept them small. I didn't want them to seem conceited. Yeah, but you gotta have like, I would say, at least like your social or your website. Corey's asking if I have put info on my stickers. I have. I know that I have them. I'm not digging through this drawer right now. It's a mess. But I might not have them on. Oh yeah, I do. I have my website on here so that people can find me. Odaris says be conceited. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because it is small, but I do have my website on here. Important. There, you can see it a little bit in the corner. So people can find you. What? Why are you sassing me? Yeah, I know. I don't have very good depth perception. So, you know, I'm bad at modeling stickers. Corey's saying be conceited. Or no, Odari's saying be conceited, yeah. You should have your website at least. Website is definitely the best thing in my opinion, yeah. Or your social. I mean, like, wherever you want people to... You want to have a call to action on your stickers. So. Corey's saying you need to print the new stickers with the new domain. I know! I've been waiting until I run out of stickers in order to do that, though. So. Oh, I can show you. I don't know if you guys saw. Speaking of being conceited, I don't think they put this on. You know if they put the buildings and food stuff on Instagram? Let me check. 1 minute. I need to get this project up on Behance, but it's Brandon Pressure. What? Brandon, no, it's looking to see if they have it elsewhere though. But they do not, so. There we go, buildings and food. Brand that I worked on is up in location, which is pretty cool to see. I have to get this project up onto Behance. I don't know if you all remember we worked on this on stream. I can also show you the actual website. Corey built the website. I know, but I was trying to get like... I know! Oh my gosh. Right in my ear. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to open it in like a... Hold on. Okay. Ready? Full screen. So fun! There you go. Buildings and food. Worked on the branding for this. Corey built the site. Really cool stuff. I'm working on a coffee. What? I am doing this liner. I'm working on a coffee brand for them right now. I don't know. I've kind of like insinuated at that. I was working on that before on stream, so, and I plan on working on it on stream, just like I worked on buildings and food, so expect that in the future. Maybe work on that next week, since I should be in a good enough spot, since they've decided on a name. That was an interesting experience. I've never worked with a brand that was still like so like that in a way. Early days. But they hadn't decided on a name yet. And we're kind of leaning on me a little bit to help with that, which is kind of interesting. Kind of fun. I gave my suggestions. Everybody's talking about stickers. Sticker app is a really good one. Let me find the link. If you don't print and make your own, sticker app is really cool because it lets you. First of all, they have a ton of styles, but they let you specify. You can put like smaller quantities with sticker app. I don't really know how to explain it. Like other sites will like tell you have to have like a minimum, but their minimum is like less than 100. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like you can make fewer than you can on other sites. So if you wanted to just like test something out, you could do that. Let's see, sticker app. Here we go. I really like the materials they have. So like if you scroll down, they have just a lot of different options to choose from. They've got obviously sticker sheets and stuff like that, but they have these craft paper ones. They have like mirror stickers and glow in the dark. These like those like thick epoxy, so like those really thick heavy stickers. They almost look like bubbles, you know, like, and they have really thick. And then they have like holographic, but they also have like chunky glitter and stuff. I don't know. This site has a lot of options. I think they're really cool, and I highly recommend checking that out. Odari has a brother scan and cut. That's similar to a Cricut. So yeah, Odari makes his own stickers. Yeah, I believe it, Odari. So if you don't have the ability to make your own stickers, there are places out there. Don't mind me, I'm just in like concentration mode as I work through laying this out. With stuff like this, I'm not too concerned about like repetition of elements because that it's such a small element that you have to like really be paying attention in order to see repeating things. If that makes sense. Let's make a modification to this. Let's make like a shorter version. Smaller and shorter. Select everything. Group it. Sticker app prices are better than Sticker Mule, I see. Odari says. Yeah, I think I like Sticker app. I don't know if you remember. I'm guessing you probably remember. When I was taking that SVG animation workshop with Cassie Evans. Cassie's actually the person that like told me about Sticker app. So let's see. go. Their prices are better, but also they've got just a lot of really cool options in my opinion. Almost there. I'm wondering if we should add back in some paths. I can't decide. Let's just do one in the corner, I think. This. Hey, I saw SLP price. I feel like... What would you prefer to go by? SLP. Let me know. I just don't feel like I've ever actually asked you. Bree. I feel like you might have told me that before, and it probably just slipped my mind because I am bad at remembering things. So I do apologize, but welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great weekend. My memory is terrible, you guys. Honestly. It is amazing the things that I will forget. Oh my gosh, I actually love this so much more than I even thought I would. I'm really happy with the way these turned out. They look so good. in space. Really. Truly do. And they actually fit with the style and everything else, so it's working out. I like when things work out. Bree says Jack has good. I forget names too. Well, thank you for understanding. I appreciate that. Unicorn says it's looking good. Thanks. I do like this a lot. So I'm glad you all do as well. Let's actually do something different. We'll do a few trees on this one, I think. Let's go with a large one here. There we go. Great. Looks great. Yeah, saying hi to Bree. Jeff Yaz in the house. Hey Jeff, how's it going? Did you miss it? You have a half an hour with me still. So, depends on your definition of missing it. And, oh look at it, everybody's hopping in. Where are we guys joining from? Bliss doing a run through. Jeff saying, okay, great, tell me every little thing that's happened to this point. Oh my gosh. Yep. Bliss doing a run through. Bliss, oh, I should do a little, like, while we're at it, why not, right? We'll do another little shout out. Bliss, Odari, and Gareth, and there's another streamer in the chat and I'm blanking. Bliss, Odari, Gareth, Umacorn. That's it. Bliss, Odari, Gareth, and Umacore are all streamers on Behance. Be sure to go and follow them. Check out their work. And I want to show off these stickers again. I'm sorry, Kevin. You're just going to have to see. Because I feel like Bliss, and I want to show these to Bliss and Jeff Yaz. These stickers that I got sent from Kevin, who's in the chat. Aren't these gorgeous? And I'm showing them upside down, so it's fine. Everything's fine. Kevin sent these to me These are kind of like inspired by the little art squad group we have in the Illustrator Discord. So really gorgeous stuff. Want to show those off as much as I can, so I'm just gonna keep showing them until you're all sick of them. Jeff Yaz says, like that matte finish. Yeah, it's got a matte finish to it. They're really like high quality stickers. So, Kevin says I'm embarrassed now. Oh no, don't be embarrassed. You should be proud. Proud of your work. Because it's amazing. Alright. You're actually good at a good spot, Jeff and Bliss, because I actually am at a point where I can kind of go back and do a zoom back out of what we've done. So if you, I don't remember if you all were here last week when we were working on this, but I put together, the last thing I did was putting together an idea for having some like more organic elements, kind of building out this central courtyard area. And so off stream, I went through and I kind of like fixed up those garden beds that I had laid out to kind of like start to build out where the like paths and everything were going to be. And I also went through and I added the correct walls to the outside. You can see that I have a bunch of stuff. I still need to do this kind of back one over here, and I need to add these. I need to finish these towers out. I'm not sure if I'm done with them yet, so I haven't copied them around yet. That's kind of like the thing holding me back, is whether I'm truly satisfied with the state that these are in, and if I want to move them around the outside. I might kind of make some adjustments still, but that's what we worked on. Is some plants, which is great because it'll give me more options to add to these islands. We created these really complicated trees. I don't know what happened to these. Like I mentioned earlier, they lost their bevel. These need to have a bevel on them. They're supposed to look like little crystals, and I don't really know what happened here. And so that's another thing that I'll just kind of have to go through and clean up on stream, or offline, because I don't want to go through and do all of this. I'm glad I caught it before I made more trees or copied more trees, because that would have been a lot more painful of a process. But I'm sorry, you can probably maybe hear my dog in the background. Samson. That would have been a headache. Yeah, if I would have not realized it and then added more trees, that would have absolutely been a headache. I don't know that I want to do all this right now. You get the idea though. These are supposed to be little crystal shapes. And they match, you know, with our garden beds, so. With the plants in our garden beds, I should say. So, what's next? Maybe we'll add some of those plants throughout the rest of the scene, since we've got about 20 minutes left in the stream for today. I don't really want to start on some. I don't really want to add more. Let me think. What do I want to do? What should we do? Let's take a look at our notes and see if there's anything I'm missing. I just have prison tower, fountain, observatory with balcony. I think I was going to, before I got distracted by the courtyard, I think I was going to go in and do the rest of the center building here, but then I started making plant beds, so then I got distracted. But we might go through here and add on to this a little bit. Kind of want to figure out what the roof style looks like on these, So, yeah, let's do that. Let's go into here. And I want to add an outside edge to this, and I'm trying to think what the best way to, so I want to have like some kind of I could probably use an offset path. Let's try that. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna go to object, path, offset path. Actually, let's do this on both at the same time. And this is a case where I'm gonna have to do this by hand, just it is the nature of the nature of the beast. Okay. And then I'm gonna make these dark just so we can kind of see them for the time being. Let me think. We need to do this. This might be too. These might be too deep. I don't really want to undo. Something like that. I'm just sort of trying to visualize what I want right now. Essentially, I want to have like part of this roof inset. So I want to keep, this is the outside and this is the inside, and I think I want to add another offset, maybe. Maybe I just want to copy this and bring it up. This is the struggle. Yes, okay. I'm gonna add another offset. Now I can create these shapes. This is gonna be the darkest. This will be 5. Where the light's upper left, it's gonna be, that's fine for now. And let's add this part down here. Boop, boop. This would be getting this side would be getting the most light, I think. Okay, you can kind of see what I'm going for. And then over here, I'll repeat this process. This one will make darker. This is going to be the darkest on this side. This would be, oh, what happened? I lost a point. Let's make this. Frank's gotta go. Have a thanks for streaming, Jack. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for joining, Frank. Really appreciate that. You have a great weekend as well. These need to be. This side looks pretty good. This side I need to lighten everything up a bit. It's too dark. Kind of introduces a little bit of darkness to the roof that I think looks nice. See it in context. Makes it a little bit more eye-catching at the center there. And helps it kind of blend in with the background where we've got the darker darks for the garden bed, so. Evie needs to head off to try and finish something, but the brain is slow and take care. Thank you so much, Evie and Frank. Jeff Yaz says, I have so many questions about this castle. Please ask. We're all about world building on this stream, so I definitely, you know, we are, you know, I don't know if you definitely saw all of the chaos that was the Society of Sprinkles, so we are all about that. So if you have any thoughts about this, we've got to just kind of give you a quick overview. There's a lot going on here. We tried to like come up with a whole bunch of elements that would be needed by a castle, right? There's the magical fountain, because everybody has to have a magical fountain, and we've got a observatory, also important, a prison tower, and then the central castle here. We've got like the outer walls with these kind of guard towers, the drawbridge, the, I don't know, main building. Why pink? Well, funny you should ask. We're actually not settled on the color. This is where I started with the color, but I'm using this swatch here so I can adjust the colors. I think things are probably going to be messed up right now, but I can show you and cross your fingers that it works today. But we can actually adjust the colors. It's going to give me an error because it's going to be angry about it, but so yeah, we can change the colors. I'm using this kind of fill color for everything, so we haven't decided on the color yet, so we can continue to kind of play. Jeff Yaz is saying, but it's just for darks and lights. Will there be color later? Yeah, that's what we're gonna, I'm trying to work with just darks and lights right now, and like building all of the structure as much as I can with the 3D effects. Obviously we've kind of already broken our rules with the top there since I've had to expand that to make the point. But, trying to work as non-destructively as possible with the 3D tools. And then once we're ready, we can expand all of this if we want to. And, you know, maybe we'll play with some recolor artwork. I don't know. You know, I'm trying to, like, build it all out. My original inspiration for this, it's gonna give me another error again, was, Supo, thank you so much for the follow. Let me find my follower thing. Thank you so much. Ojari loves the purple. I know, I feel like I lean on purple. I do so much purple. So I wasn't sure if I was going to do purple, but this was the sort of inspiration to kind of roll back in time. I created this castle in 2019, and I did this using the isometric grid. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. So I drew this all by hand with the grid, so which is a way to do it, but it was limiting in the sense that I had a harder time drawing more organic shapes. And this was originally one color, so, well, aside from our little friend here, but which also ended up coincidentally being the inspiration for Society of Sprinkles. Everything comes full circle. But I just kind of, I started there since this was kind of meant to be an evolution of that original project. Sort of like revisiting an old project that I wasn't really happy with, and seeing if I could push it even further than I did kind of the last time. And my biggest complaint about the first time that I had done that, because I had used the grid, was that I couldn't get the more, like, organic, these, like, you know, we've got this crazy, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the decagon, sort of structure at the center, which would have been a lot more difficult for me to do if I had, not used the 3D tools. So this is just kind of like an evolution of that project, and so we're not settled on the colors. In fact, I was experimenting with like a whole bunch of different things. Because this has like different base colors and different light colors, I was also playing with, let me see if I can find some old color tests here. We were playing with like combining, so this is like got a purple shadow color and a like an orange base color, I think is what I did. So I think the base might have been purple and the light might have been an orange. So we tried that. What else did we try? I'm looking to see if I have any other color tests on here. Come on. I know I did one that was like blue, but I'm not even seeing it on here anymore. We did like a gray, just to see. I think that was where I started. Maybe I don't have any more color tests. Oh, we did like an orange. I know I did a blue one. Might be on my Instagram. Anyways, we tried a bunch of different colors early on, and then just kind of started. This project has grown quite significantly from the original. This was the original inspiration, and this is small in comparison. I mean, like, there's a lot of complexity in the center here. We find our little Ganon here. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Where are you? There's a lot of stuff going on at the center, but, like, there's just so many more buildings in this one. So, yeah, a little bit more complex. Anyways, that's kind of an overview of where we started and how we got here, and the whole story behind it. But it doesn't really have, like, a concept. This is just kind of, like, how I started this process, and I think maybe I might have the original stuff in here. Just kind of go back in time a little bit. I have like this working layer. Let's see if we can find it. Got some color stuff going on in here. Might have made these different colors to. Let's hide all of this because I see a layer 1 at the bottom. Okay, so I think this is where we started. When we started building it out, and originally, if I go back into layer 1, I had started with like a blueprint of like, okay, I drew out this shape, I started to map out like I want the building in the center and I want this courtyard on the outside, and that's kind of where I started. and we just kind of slowly blocked in all of the pieces and parts. You can kind of see some of it here. Until we had something that, like, filled the composition nicely. Here are the original islands. You can see that they were just polygons. The original buildings, the original blocks that comprised all of the land masses and stuff like that. So this is where we started, and there's our original courtyard. And yeah, then I just started chipping away, essentially, at this. You can see, for example, what I mean by that. This is an original wall, so I just kind of blocked in very simply a really chunky, this is literally a line with an extrude on it, right? And at the top here we've got our original, oh no, I even wrote this as a note for myself. What is this called? Crenellations! I just want to, like, I wrote a note for myself because I couldn't remember. Every time I streamed this, I would forget that it was called crenellations, so I wrote a note that says they're called crenellations, so I would remember. Anyways, the original crenellations were a lot chunkier than the ones we ended up with, so, I think of this process like carving, right? We're starting out with, like, really, really chunky, big, blocky things, and we're, like, carving and carving and carving away at it to get the detail and forms down. So I start with, like, a block, and then we're, like, adding and taking away pieces and parts until we get down into the details. And that's how I work with the 3D tools. I did pro tips on this exact method a while ago. I think it was like it might have been in November, might have been December, I don't really remember now, but where I kind of showed you how you could go about making a more simplified castle, but Jeviaz says, but without a grid it's hard to carve at an angle. Right, that's why I'm using the 3D tools, so I talked about this a little bit, but like I'm using the 3D tools, and I'm keeping the same so I'm using the isometric options down here. The cool thing about using the 3D tools and using the isometric perspective is that two things. I've also got under my appearance down here, I've got new art has basic appearance unchecked, so that I can just kind of like continue to keep drawing, and no matter what, it's gonna keep. Should probably pick a different shape. So it's gonna keep the settings that I have, right? As I kind of keep drawing. I could even draw something like totally freeform, for example. That's how we did some of these. That's how we did all the islands, actually. I like went through and did something like this. Anyways, but the nice thing is that I can draw something out, and whereas before I was limited by the grid, now I can create really interesting angles and things, and it's a lot easier for me to do, like, circles are kind of a challenge to do. It's not impossible to do this stuff without the grid. It's just a lot more time consuming. So I'm trying to, like, save myself some time, especially on a project that's like this elaborate, in creating some of these shapes. So it works out in some cases, it doesn't work out in others. There's a trade-off, right? And it's also like there's a learning curve to working this way, I think, but if you can make it work, I do think that it can save you time, but you know, that's just me. Anyways, I hope that answers your question. I don't really have a story is the long answer. It's just, I had this idea in my head to make a castle. The original was kind of meant to be a riff on Hyrule Castle, from Zelda? but we've kind of not gone that direction. It's kind of become its own kind of fantasy castle now. The one thing that I will say we've kept, aside from the style, consistent is thinking about how this would have actually broken up. So you can see here that like this chunk here that's broken up lines up with the kind of corner edge here. You can imagine maybe this piece broke off and they built up and built this new piece onto here for the observatory. I've got these, so like you can imagine that there's a like maybe there's a secret passage from this like central castle building that leads down these stairs to the like mystical magical fountain. And then we've got the prison, and the prison is the only building that's got a geometric block base. It doesn't have a busted up kind of base here, whatever. That was a conscious choice, right? It's kind of like a sterile building, but we do have, and it's like floating on these chains. It's very ominous. Maybe we imagine this would be like the guard tower, right? So like the guards are all in here, and then we've got a little trapdoor at the top, so. And that's the story. I have back here this like path, kind of imagining that at one point there was a path that kind of led around and connected these structures that's maybe no longer there, so that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Just kind of a fun fantasy island castle. It's really just entirely a passion project that I wanted to, and not even like, my goal wasn't originally like, hey, let's tell a really interesting story even. My goal originally with this was like, can I take this original castle that I was happy with, but felt very limited, and it's like, it was very, to the grid. I wanted to break from that grid, essentially, and that's what this is, me breaking off of that kind of grid and being able to create something a little bit more yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today though, everyone. We have overtime, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. I am really happy with the way that those plants turned out. I'm gonna probably finish up the walls, just to let you know. I'll finish up the walls and the outside towers here, because again, I'm not gonna really change anything about them. It's just kind of like work that, I don't know, it's a lot of repetition that you probably would probably be boring, but next time we work on this on the stream, I think we're gonna put in the rest of the plants all the way kind of around, and I'm gonna work on adding the details to this building, and then we need to make some decisions about textures. So if we take a look at Hyrule Castle V1, it's had this kind of like sort of brick texture to it, and because this is all still 3D, we could experiment with map artwork to add textures to this if we wanted, but I worry that that's going to get too detailed. Anyways, those are all problems that we'll solve next time on the next stream for this. But that's going to be it for me for today. I hope you had a good time hanging out with me. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I do have to work on that coffee brand that I'm hoping to also work on stream. But I want to get a little bit of that started off stream before bringing it on stream. But that's going to be a project we're going to work on. That's I'm going to work on tomorrow. And also, you're going to see a lot of me this week. I'm going to be hosting the Illustrator Challenges. Please come and hang out. And we're going to be working with 3D. We're going to be working with the new 3D effects in Illustrator. So a lot of people were asking, Jack, why are you using Classic 3D for this? And the answer is, for the style that I'm going for this and my plans for where I want to take this, Classic 3D just made more sense. But tune in this week to the Illustrator Creative Challenges. Those are going to be 9:30 a.m. Pacific, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. On the rest of the week, there's going to be a 3D boot camp. So there'll be a 3D boot camp every day on Adobe Live at 10 a.m. Pacific. And then on Thursday, they're doing a longer one, which is why there's no Illustrator 3D challenge. So come hang out with me. I will be doing, I have a ton of stuff planned. We're going to be going over like basics all the way through, trying to cram. I'm a little bit concerned for time because I'm trying to cram, as usual, way too much way too much into these streams. So we'll see if I can make it through all of them, but really excited. I'm looking forward to hosting a set of challenges again, but especially 3D because it's kind of like my jam. But I'll also be hosting Paola on I keep blanking. I'll be hosting Paola on Wednesday at what time is it? It's 1:30 p.m. Eastern, so that's what, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. I'll be hosting Paola on Adobe Live. Paola's going to be doing some branding work, so tune in and check that out. Should be a good time. Paola's also like a pro content creator on YouTube, so if you have any questions about that, I know a bunch of people, I think RB was talking about YouTube, so if you have any questions about that kind of stuff too, Paola would be the person to ask. But that's gonna be it for me. I'm not streaming tomorrow because, yeah, you'll see me all week, and let me do a rundown and thank everybody. Of course says love it, beware of the band hammer. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. We had Andre, who Andre joined at the last minute, but thank you for joining, Andre. Andre's also another streamer on Behance. Thank you for hanging out. Bliss is also a streamer on Behance. Be sure to check out Bliss. Bliss and Odari, I've got links to all of the moderators stuff in the description below the video. Bliss, Odari, Nick, and Corey all have their own stuff going on, so be sure and go follow them and give them some support. David Cruz, El Medi, Frank, Gareth, Jeff Yaz, nice to see you again. Kevin sent me some awesome stickers. I'm just gonna keep showing these off. They may make an appearance on the challenges. I'm just saying, Kevin, be prepared. Nick, Odari's also a streamer on Behance. Like I said, go check out Odari. Odari is going to be on Adobe Live on Valentine's Day. Definitely don't want to miss that stream. RB, Robert, Sharuk, Bree, Umacorn. Umacorn's also a streamer on Behance who also does isometric illustrations. So if you liked the stream today, go check out what Umacorn's working on, and Evie. Woo! Alright, which one is my favorite sticker? Ooh, I am partial to the line work on the anchor. I really like the line work on the anchor. Corey's gonna yell at me that I have no depth perception, so. And then I really like the color contrast on this one in particular. First of all, I'm partial to this one because of the orange. Because it's all the orange and brown, which is, Illustrator. So I really like this one because I like the colors, and I really like I also like the colors on this one, and I really like the line work on the anchor is really nice, and then like the details in the background. This one's really nice, just like from an illustration standpoint. But they're all beautiful, honestly. Like you can't, they're all great stuff. Lots of hard work, you can tell when you do these, so. Odari's love stream. Robert says, have a great day, Jack, and good night from Sweden. Good night, Robert. Look, everybody's looking forward to Odari Live. I don't know if that answers your question about which one is my favorite. Ultimately, I love them all, but I do, those two in particular, like the orange one really pops for me, and then so does the acre. So, there you go. Alright, that's gonna be all for me for today. I will see you all next weekend. Should be back to the normal stream schedule, Saturday and Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But until then, I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope to see you next week on Adobe Live. Bye, everyone!